There's a school of thought that believe what you have in ADC, same of same. So are you saying ADC is going to correct all the ills you're pointing at that the present government is doing?
ADC is an assembly of repentant, aggrieved, you understand, concerned Nigerians. And at this point, every notable member of the ADC is ready to make sacrifice so that we can repurchase Nigerians from these criminals in power, the CIPs. There's a need for us to repurchase our country back. There's a need to get our country back on track. Because as I speak...
And you think ADC is well positioned to do that?
Very, very well positioned. There is a political tsunami that is coming.
Listen to what Iradia said. I mean, you know Iradia.
Tony Iradia, great man.
He says that politicians like you, ADC, APC, LP, and the rest of them, have left governance or are more interested in politics than actually governing. And that's why we're witnessing the rot in the system.
He may be right to some extent. But I want to tell you, if you carry out a comparative analysis, during the Jonathan administration...
Did I hear you correctly when you said criminals in power?
Yes.
No, we can't begin to say that on air. We can't begin to say, let's not be...
Who is a criminal?
A criminal is somebody who disobeys, who goes against the law.
That is exactly what this government is doing.
No, let's not... You can use any word, but at least not criminals.
Anyway, that is not the question. In answering your question, if I get you right, Iradia, I said maybe right to some extent depending on who is involved. For example, during the Jonathan administration, our GDP, you understand, rose to over 470 billion US dollars. And it was so up to 2002.
That's PDP then.
I'm saying it was so up to 2002. Today, as I speak, it's about half, 200 plus. It's about half of what it used to be, the GDP, in dollars. In dollars. What do you think is responsible?
But you know there's an economic downturn across the entire globe. You know that.
We should stop giving these excuses. There's economic downturn across the globe.
You know.
Singapore is thriving. Rwanda is thriving. Ghana is thriving. Our immediate neighbor in West Africa. They're thriving. And you want to continue to hang on the wild wind of the Buhari administration or the negatives of the Buhari administration that is now a primary school child compared to the university graduates we're experiencing right now. So in essence, my brother, you are a Nigerian. You go to the same market. Sitting here, using your celestial mind, your holy mind, you know what you are feeling as a result of the kiosk created on the 29th of May, 2023. That kiosk doing the right thing in the wrong way, suffering from verbal diarrhea, and declaring the removal of subsidy without thinking, without rationalizing, without buffers, is the reason we are where we are today.
I think the big question Nigerians will answer, based on what Dino Melaye said, is: do you agree that we have criminals in power? Do you agree that this Bola Tinubu's government is a criminal government in power because of the legitimacy issue this government has? You know, owing to the fact that everything that surrounds the Bola Tinubu's administration is shrouded in corruption, electoral illegitimacy that brought him in, certified by the judiciary, and forced, using strong hands, by clamping down on dissenting voices and oppositions, trying to, plant moles within opposition to destabilize their political parties. So do you agree that what we have is a criminal government where the government is buying yachts and cars, they're padding budgets, they're stealing from our common patrimony, they're taxing Nigerians on everything, removing the subsidy that's meant to, alleviate the sufferings of bad policies, but asking Nigerians to pay for the result of their bad policies. So based on that, will you agree with Dino Melaye that what we have in Nigeria right now in this Bola Tinubu's government is criminals in power, CIPs as he put it? How would you describe this government? Would you say this is the government Nigerians voted for or not in 2023? Would you say that every subsequent elections that have happened since 2023 have been free and fair and not been rigged? For example, the Rivers State local government election, even the Lagos State one, all the off-cycle elections that happened, for example, the Edo State one that brought about Monday Okpebolo, or the replacement senator that took his place as well. All of these conversations, that's some of the things that Nigerians are looking at and saying that the perception here we have is that we have criminals in power. For example, just to buttress that point, when you look at the electoral legitimacy of Bola Tinubu's 2023 win, it was clear that most of the places that they said he won, he lost. The margin with which he even won, it was inflated. The margin with which he lost was they reduced it just to pad him to give you enough votes. Conversation came up the other day with Henry Sheed saying that the mutilation that happened in Rivers State is not something that we should be laughing about, that Wike should be in prison. And now the Dino Melaye is coming to say that we have criminals in power because it is by criminality of electoral malpractices and mutilation of electoral results that brought about Wike becoming Minister of FCT. It was never part of APC, so you can just say out of the goodness of Bola Tinubu's mind, he put a Wike to become Minister of FCT. You can't say that. Okay? That's number one. Number two is the fact that there are questions about Bola Tinubu's background, his identity, whether he went to school, the fraud case of drug trafficking, and all of those things. Those are sort of the things that Nigerians looked at. The portrayal of a system like this and a person like this to be our number one marketer to the global world is seen and shrouded in corruption, where the US government has records of our current president, in drug trafficking. So when you look at all of this, does that really ratify the fact that Dino Melaye is right by calling this Bola Tinubu's government as criminals in power? Don't forget about the policies they're making, decisions they're making. Removal of fuel subsidy, the policies of economic policies and Naira devaluation, the way they spend money on buying expensive yachts and planes and cars, the way they pad budget. For example, look at how much they budgeted for the solar panel in the government house. Look at how much they put for security and CCTV. Look at the Rivers State, seizure of Rivers State and putting on a sole administrator. When you look at all of these things, would you not liken a government like this to one of criminality? And we cannot forget nepotism. We have a lot of people from the southern part being the ones controlling the major areas of government. You understand? The appointment based on, tribe and religion and geographical location. And obviously, importantly as well, is the weaponization of security and law enforcement, using the DSS and the police to crack down on opposition. See what happened the other day when ADC went to do their, gathering in Lagos State. See how they brought in the police to invite in thugs to come and disrupt the place, destroy vehicles, destroy the equipment. Things like that are the some things that you look at that criminals, do. That you will look at and say, what kind of government do we have in Nigeria right now? These are not about nuances. These are real issues. And these are the real issues affecting us as Nigerians. So we might as well wake up and talk about it rather than having to keep quiet. Yeah, I know you will say about the polarization of politics, misinformation, the distrust of Nigerians with government. But the thing is, these are real life issues that's actually happening or affecting all Nigerians. And these government's policies play a key role into it. In fact, as a matter of fact, Nigerians have always been saying, the majority of Nigerians is saying that what we have right now is not a government. So do you agree with Dino Melaye as well that we currently have government criminals in power? that there's a political tsunami coming, it is either going to be the survival of Nigeria or the destruction of Nigeria, one way or another, because the 2027 election is deemed already to be rigged. The question is, how do we salvage it? I don't subscribe to everything Dino Melaye says because he himself had the opportunity to pass laws or make laws that would have actually allowed free and fair elections. But he didn't do it when he was there. So now we're having to fight again for these same people to come in to feel like they're salvation for Nigerians. But the question I'm asking you is, do you agree with all of what Dino Melaye says? Do you think we have the right people in government? Do you think we have criminals in power? What is your take? What is your own situational take in all of this? Put that in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share. Please subscribe if you've not done so. And if you subscribe, click on the notification icon as well. Remember to recommend this channel. I'll catch you in the next video. God bless you. Bye-bye for now.